Hey there folks, my name is Luke. Welcome to this episode of the Outdoor Gear Review, where today it is time for another overnight adventure. I'm keeping them coming, folks, one right after the other, because we love being in the outdoors and I love hanging out with you all. So guys, let's hit the road. Now for this adventure, everybody, I am basically heading out onto the back roads. I'm looking for an old forest road. It's been years since I've been out to this place. I can't even remember the name of the trail. I vaguely remember how to get there, so let's see how well this works out. This is roughly about an hour and a half from my house, so I've been on the road for a while already. It is spitting a little bit of snow. It's somewhat cool. Right now it says it's 31 degrees. Tonight, it is supposed to get into the low teens, possibly some snow. We shall see, maybe some wind. The place that I'm going to is awesome. I took you guys there once or twice before. I think I camped there once. But yeah, let's go see if we can find it. I think I took a wrong turn. I think I need to turn around or something. Something about this is not right, I can tell. So, yeah. So far, not so good, everybody. Not so good. Now, years ago, folks, I was out here with some friends of mine driving around. That's what you do in the country. Sometimes you just go driving around. It's a pretty fun thing to do. You always find some interesting sights along your way. So we were cruising out here, and in the middle of the road is this black bear cub. So we stop, knowing that Mom is close by. After a minute or so, Mom comes out of the woods with another cub, grabs that one, and takes off. That was pretty neat. Well, with any luck, I am on the right road. I think I am. This looks right to me. We will know in a little bit when this turns to gravel. Found it, 464. This is Forest Road 464. I do not remember the name of the trail. I'm sure I'll come across it in just a minute. This is a forest road, everybody. Now, this is a forest road that cuts through the Pisgah National Forest. I believe there is some private property out here. Where that is and where the Pisgah National Forest is, I'm not entirely sure where the boundaries are. A little rough. All right. I am officially hot. Oh yeah, that is so much better. It's roughly 31 degrees. Feels pretty good to me. Heading into the Pisgah National Forest. Going to camp out tonight. Hopefully it will snow just a little bit, just enough to make it pretty and interesting. Now with this adventure here, I'm using gear that is very budget friendly. Some of it which I bought new, and a lot of it I got used. Now I'm using this loadout for a number of reasons. One, it's a good loadout. And also, I wanted to show you all that even if you're on a tight budget, you could still go out and have full-fledged, amazing adventures. As you all can see, there's a lot of trees down. There's sure to be tons more as we go along. We've had a couple ice storms already. That helps to bring down all the dead trees. So far as winter goes, it's been a pretty good start. 2 ice storms, some snow, some cold temps, some more snow tonight, and we have a huge winter storm coming in this weekend. That means that the next overnight adventure will be a full-fledged snowstorm trip. Now when it comes to budget-friendly gear, there is usually a trade-off, and that trade-off is weight. While this loadout isn't terrible, it does weigh roughly 33 pounds. Now, as you all can see, there's a power line that comes through here. Do you guys know how they trim trees and limbs along those right-of-ways? Helicopter. A helicopter with a gigantic saw hanging down from it that's attached by a cable. The pilot maneuvers that blade and cuts up all the limbs. It is absolutely wild to see, and that pilot, his balls have got to be, I mean, that big around. Can you all hear that? You never know. It might just be Bigfoot. Bigfoot lore. There's a lot of it in this area. Not far from here, every year they even have a Bigfoot festival. I personally have never seen Bigfoot. I've had some odd encounters out in the forest. Never seen anything, but I've heard plenty of odd things. If you've had an encounter, make sure to comment down below and share it with everybody else. The cliffs here are amazing, and the view you all are about to see. Woo! I'm pretty sure it was the last time that I was out here, I encountered a black bear on this trail. It was over here in the woods. I yelled at it, took off like a bolt of lightning. That right there is an awesome way to get some water if you really need it in a pinch. 100% clean. There's a name for it when the ice forms on the ground like that, and it's one of those words where I can never remember it. But I know one of you guys do, so comment down below. Hi, woodpecker. That little guy doesn't mind that I'm here. Pretty much down to the bottom. Unlimited resources as far as fires go. I mean, there are down limbs and trees everywhere. Wow. Before I do anything, water. It is water time. Oh man. Whew. Let me get my jacket on, everybody, and I will show you all around. This is such a cool place. Also very, very dangerous. People have fallen, people have died here. There's no rails. There doesn't need to be any. If an accident happens, an accident happens. I mean, check that out. You don't want to go down there. All right, everybody, let's get off the cliff. Too windy, too cold. Whew. I see that the snow level's starting to drop there on the mountain. Let's go check that out real quick. Let's go and see if we can find a place to camp at. Now, things are definitely different than the last time I was here. There used to be a sign up here with some sort of information on it. I didn't see that sign at all. Where did it go? Oh yeah, I have found a sweet spot. This is going to be awesome. So, tent over here. Let's see, trees look good and healthy. Of course, that's always a gamble in the fall. Can't quite tell. Nice fire pit. Oh yeah. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Tell ya, with the sun going down so soon, I better not waste any time. I really need to get my tent set up because it will be dark very soon. So I'm going to focus on that. I will bring you all back when I have everything set up. I'll show you all what I'm carrying with me with this trip. Well folks, the tent has been set up. This is the Teton Sports Mountain Ultra one person. It weighs almost 5 pounds, and that is what you would expect for roughly 150 bucks. For $150 for a brand new tent, that's not bad. When it comes to my sleeping pad, this is a Climate Static V insulated ultralight pad. And I will be using that in conjunction with this right here. This is a military surplus product. I believe this is from Germany. This offers quite a bit of protection from the cold, hard ground. If you plan on having the door to your tent open and you have stakes for the door, go ahead and push them all the way down to the ground. That way you don't have to worry about stepping on them, breaking them, deforming them, and so on. Now check out this sleeping bag. This is an Ungulak Mammut sleeping bag. This is from Europe. I picked this up on eBay, I mean, countless years ago, and I got this for like 40 bucks. That's like $20 shipping because it is kind of heavy. But this thing is so incredibly warm. It's just awesome. And it's a great example of what you could get for a very low price if you have patience, if you take your time and look out for the good deals. I found that randomly on eBay, and I consider it to be one of my best purchases ever. I really do like it. Another pro tip for you all is to check your backpack for ticks. Yes. There are so many different diseases that can come from a tick, even when it's cold, So check your pack. Make sure it's good before you put it inside of your tent. It is time for coffee. Coffee time. Even though it's almost dark, I don't know why I'm going to do this, but it's because I'm addicted to coffee. I love coffee. I don't smoke, I drink coffee. And I am going to use one of my favorite stoves. No, this is not a military surplus trip, but I do happen to like this little Swiss military stove a lot. It is just simply awesome. It works really, really well. So while the water's doing its thing, I am going to collect as much firewood as possible. I don't know how much I'm really going to need or even be able to use. It is windy, it's cold. I'll get a fire going, but it's not gonna be anything insane. Just enough to take the edge off, have some dinner. Perfect. Now, as far as coffee, we are going with Funky Folgers instead of Taster's Nasty tonight. Why is that? Well, I have tons of this stuff. I need to go through it. I don't think this stuff ever goes bad. I don't know. Taster's Nasty puts hair on your face. It puts hair all over the place. Funky Folgers does what? By the way, folks, with all of the gear that I'm using for this trip, it's important for you all to know that I'm not trying to sell you this stuff. I'm not like other channels. I don't have like an affiliate program with like Amazon. I don't care if you ever purchase any product that you see me show off. I'm here to give you all some adventure and honest review, and that's it. I'm not trying to make money off of you. I do not care if you buy anything I've ever reviewed, ever. It doesn't benefit me in any sort of way. Cheers. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's good. I came back out here to the cliffs, to the bluffs, just to watch the sky, basically as the sun goes down. I'm on the eastern side of the bluffs, and I have a pretty good wall here, pretty good barrier, so it's not too windy. Going to have a snack. Actually, it's my dessert. I'm going to have dessert before I have dinner. These are vanilla bean wafers. That sounds like a good combination with some coffee, in my opinion. We'll see if I'm right or not. Coffee, awesome view, some cookies. Life is good. Oh yeah. Life is really good. That is awesome. Before it gets too dark, might as well tell you all a quick story here, and it's not really much of a story at all. You guys may have noticed in some of my most recent videos, or maybe even in this one, I have a bruise on my face. That is from sparring. I like to spar, I like to box. My buddy, he whopped me up good. I saw stars. Whop, whop. Left me 2 nice bruises on the sides of my face there. I think there's a road on that mountain over there. Thought I saw some lights. I don't see them now though. We are close to where the Brown Mountain Lights take place. You never know. I like to train, I like to fight, but nothing professionally, don't really do any matches, anything like that. I'm too old. For being almost 40, I feel pretty badass still, but it takes a long time to recover from things when you start getting my age. You guys who are my age and older, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Plus, it's hard on your joints, it's hard on your face. Let's get back to home base, get a fire going, get some food on. Woo! Whew! We are in pretty good shape. My goal here is to finish off my coffee, move over to dinner. The fire's doing pretty good. It is very, very windy right through here. So it is just kind of just blowing all over the place. So to counter that, I have put on my rain jacket. This is a good shell. This is blocking out the wind. And it's also protecting my down jacket just in case an ember goes flying. We are in somewhat of a valley where the air just rushes down. It also comes this direction. And I mean, it's almost like a whirlwind, really. This is a sweet spot. This really is. I've always wanted to camp here. I'm glad to be here tonight with you all. I will be honest with you all, that fire has been a real pain in the to get going. It's so windy that it's causing a lot of problems. First off, you really can't get away from the smoke, so it smokes you out like it is now. But there's no point of really moving because it'll blow a different way, then come back to you. Some warm chicken salad for dinner tonight. That sounds pretty good. That does not sound bad at all. Now, I have some honey roasted barbecue sauce from Chick-fil-A that I'm going to put in this as well. This might completely mess it up, I don't know, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because I like to gamble. Gamble with my guts, I guess. It is time for some dinner. Let's see how this is. My concoction. Wow. Chicken salad now looks like chicken soup. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's probably best that you don't see it. It looks gross. Actually, it looks awesome. Oh, yeah. That is good. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. Now, while I'm sitting here, I might as well give you all an update on the weather. Expect snow showers to increase in coverage across North Carolina mountain counties along the Tennessee border. We're very close to Tennessee, where we're at. Some of these snow showers could develop into brief, heavy snow squalls as they move southeast across the area. Temperatures dropping into the teens will make for slick roads. Accumulations up to 2 inches, so not a whole lot. Enough to make things interesting. Wind gusts as high as 35 miles an hour. It is going to get windy. There is a winter weather advisory in place. That goes into effect at 8 o'clock. It is 7:52 right now. Oh man, that does feel pretty darn good. I'm pretty close to being done with dinner. I'm going to basically warm up, brush my teeth, warm up, then hop in bed. I cannot wait for it to start snowing. I cannot wait to see what this place looks like in the morning. You know how it goes with the forecast. We might wake up with absolutely nothing here. But if we do, it will definitely be interesting. It's pretty steep to get out of here. So it will be slow going, that's for sure. Very windy. As you guys can hear, it's just roaring tonight. And that's okay because I'm nice, safe, and warm inside the tent. I'm all set up, ready for the night. I got some hand warmers in my socks. My toes are toasty warm. Yeah, got my face mask ready to go. I'm ready to zip up, lights out, kick back and watch a movie. I have a couple of movies on my phone. I can't really remember what I downloaded. Talking about movies, tomorrow I will tell you guys about a new movie that I saw that absolutely sucked you know what. It was terrible. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Everyone, I'm going to sleep. I'll bring you all back if anything interesting happens, if it starts snowing. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the morning. Good night, everybody. Oh, guys, good morning. Good morning. As you all can see, it has snowed, and in fact, it is snowing right now. I don't know how heavy it is. I really don't know how much we have outside. Maybe an inch, maybe a little bit more. I don't know. I talked to Susie. She said the roads are pretty slick. So it should be a fun trip home. You know, the good thing is that the winds aren't blowing. Last night, man, whew, they got up there. The Budget Gear has done an awesome job for this adventure. Oh, man. It doesn't seem as cold as they were forecasting. It's definitely not in the teens. I'd say it's probably like mid-20s, 25 degrees, something like that. It's cold enough, but there's a big difference between 25 and 15. I am going to... Oh, man. Did I get you? I think I'm gonna start getting dressed, fire up the stove, make some coffee. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Let's take a look outside and let's see what we're dealing with. It is coffee time. Oh yeah. It's coming down pretty good right now. It's beautiful. You know, I'm thinking, instead of taking the main roads home, I could take the back roads. Instead of going back the way I came, I could continue down with this gravel road. It goes out in the middle of nowhere. That is a heck of a trip right there. I'll have to think about that. I have some hand warmers here. These are going inside of my boots right now to warm them up, to take the edge off. I could have brought them inside last night, put them in a stuff bag, kept them in my sleeping bag, but just didn't feel like it. It's a little icy in this thing. Now, when it comes to the winter storm that's coming in this weekend, which I will be filming for you all, the forecast states that this could be the biggest winter storm that we've had in this area since 1996. Right now we're looking at totals over a foot. We shall see. I'm not getting my hopes up every single time I do. I'm always disappointed, but maybe this time they got it right. We shall see. But either way, I will be out in it. This is going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. I love it. Guys, you have to get out in this. Of course, stay within the realm of your abilities, but it's so much fun. So much fun. Oh yeah, these shoes are warming up nicely. It will be coffee time here in a minute. Then we'll start breaking down camp. We'll go check out the cliffs, the bluffs. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. Mm-hmm. Oh, man, that is freaking awesome. Oh, man, life is good. Breakfast of champions. Looking out into the snow. Our trip out of here is likely to be very, very slow. It is steep. Just right outside of here. I may even have to put the camera up and get a walking stick. As you all can see, it's coming down pretty good. Everything's packed up, ready to rock and roll. Let's go see the cliffs, shall we? Let's get out of here, everybody. Let's go see what's right around the corner. This is a beautiful snow sticking to everything. Trying to film and keep the camera clean, it's a nightmare. I've got to be super careful. I'm not going that way. This thing is covered in ice and snow. That's as far as I'm going. It's just too dangerous. How beautiful is that? But this is what we're looking at here. About 2 inches of snow and ice. Wow, it's gorgeous. What a cool place to wake up to. Whew, that is slick. That is super slick. All right, everybody, let's get out of here. I stripped down. I have a long sleeve wool shirt on. Took off the toboggan. I have my mask. Let's do this. There's quite a few rocks on this trail here, especially towards the steep part. So I will have to be careful. Slow and steady. There used to be a sign around here somewhere. Seems like it was right here, but that is obviously no longer the case. I wonder if the Forestry Service took it down, or did some rednecks decide to burn it? As far as snow goes, inch and a half, some places 2. Not a whole lot, to be honest. It's about 1.5 inches more than I expected. I didn't expect anything. So we have to talk about movies real quick. I told you all last night that I saw a movie, the first new movie that I've seen in years. I went and saw The Predator. And folks, I've never seen a bigger piece of crap. That was the worst movie possibly ever made. It is so stupid. Makes so little sense. That is an insult to everyone's intelligence. It is unbelievably bad. Comment down below, share your thoughts about that stupid movie. Starting with the uphill. Whew, this is going to be tough. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. Whew. Feels good. Careful foot placement is key. Trying to avoid roots, which can be slick, rocks, which can be slick. It may not look steep on the camera, but it is. I just got a message from my wife, and she said that the reports are that the roads are super slick. There's tons of wrecks everywhere. That's her again. I am going to focus on hiking out of here. I'll bring you all back when I get to the car. Hopefully it's still there. I've never personally had a problem in this area, but break-ins, stuff like that is common, and that's because we're out in the middle of nowhere. away from most people, definitely away from law enforcement. I have another update for you all. Just heard from my wife again. She said that the county next to this one, the sheriff's department, is telling people to stay at home, stay off the roads. They're that slick. And also, one of the main highways going back home is now at a standstill. Interesting. I should have just stayed back there and built a fire. I didn't expect the roads to be bad, not from 1.5 inches of snow. We are going to play this by ear. Now, from what I've been hearing from my wife, further north towards where I live, they got quite a bit more snow than we did here. We are further south, and I guess the storm came in more for the north area. My wife sent me a picture, pouring the snow right now, pouring. There's 3 or 4 inches on the ground, and it's still coming down. From what I'm hearing, the DOT did not salt the roads last night, so all the snow hit the roads, formed as ice, and it's now a skating rink. Ah, that's funny. And scary too, because most people can't drive on snow. Let's get to the car and plan the next leg of this trip. Back to the car, everybody. Looks like the 4Runner made it. Well, it is decision time. Do we stay here, let things melt, let the DOT take care of the roads? Nah. Do we go north and west, where it's going to be slick, there's a lot of people to deal with? Nah. Let's head east and south and then north. Let's go down the forest roads. Let's go get lost, let's have some fun. The last time I was on this road, it was a long time ago, years ago. I was with my buddy. His name is Josh. Everybody calls him the Manhunter. And I can't really tell you why we call him the Manhunter, but he doesn't like it. Well, you know what I mean. We're picking on each other. We all have nicknames. So it's pretty funny. Josh the Manhunter. Oh yeah. Well, all right. Let's do this. Now, taking old foresty roads is always a gamble, a big gamble. Trees could fall, it could take weeks for them to be cleared. They could also shut these roads down, close them off, and there is no notification. You could drive for 20 miles and just come to a barricade. The key to driving on snow is to be able to adjust your speed for the conditions. There are times where you have to give it some gas and you have to go. You need that momentum, but there's also times where you just need to go slow. Most of the time, it's slow. Go nice and slow. Allow the vehicle to do the braking for you. Anytime that you put pressure on the brakes, you do so very, very gently. All right, as you guys can see, nobody's been on this road except for me now. As we head off the mountains here, I expect less and less snow, but at some point, we will have to start heading north and heading up into the mountains. That's going to be exciting. The thing about driving on forest roads is that you really do have to be careful. If you get stuck, if you slide off the road, you're not likely to have cell phone service, and it could be a long time before anybody comes by. I mean, sometimes even weeks. When I was out here with my buddy, the Manhunter, we were actually in his minivan, front-wheel drive minivan. There's probably 6 inches of snow on the ground. and we actually got stuck on this thing. Luckily, I had enough common sense to bring a shovel. If you can even talk about common sense when you're in a minivan and 6 inches of snow on a forest road. But yeah, we were able to use the shovel to like dig our way out. Gosh, what a mess that was. What a night. Got home like at 6 o'clock in the morning. Susie was mad. She was mad. She don't like it when I stay out late. Gosh, I could tell you all some stories. Seriously. Oh man. For another day, everybody, for another day. Starting to get down below the snow line now. Road's clearing up. Getting a little bit of speed. So I just got a text message from Susie. She says it's pouring the snow at home. The roads are terrible and it's cold. Like, we're heading off the mountain, so right now we're looking at 32, 33 degrees. Not really snowing at all. Now, I'm going to be on these roads for a couple of hours, so hopefully they can get the roads cleared or in at least good shape by then, by the time I'm pulling into town. I tell you what, that's the difference between living in the foothills and living in the mountains. 20 miles can make a huge difference. Heck, even 1 mile can make a huge difference when it comes to the snow line. I tell you, everybody, it is nice to be back out on these forest roads. I mean, it's been a long time since I've been out here. A lot of good memories. I guess I'm gonna focus on driving these curvy, narrow roads. I'll bring you all back when we hit some snow. I just received an update from the wife unit. She said that they are shutting down roads all over the county. They just shut down one back road. Luckily, it's not the back road that I'm on. She says I'm in for a real treat because things are way different than where I'm at right now. I might have made a bad decision, folks. Going up the back way. I don't know. That's going to be very, very interesting. You know, the thing is, at least I'm not having to deal with other people. I can handle myself. I can drive in snow. I've got good tires. My concern really is just other people. If for some reason I can't make it up the mountain the way that I'm planning, I can backtrack. There are other ways to do it. Talk about driving all day. Now, folks, before we get back into the snow and all that stuff, I want to thank you all very much for joining me for this adventure. This has been a ton of fun. This goes to show that you could go backpacking even on a low budget. You can find stuff on eBay. You can find gear on geartrade.com. I'm not affiliated with either one of those sites, but that's where I look for my deals at. People all the time go out, they buy brand new, expensive gear, only to find that they don't have the time to go backpacking and so on, so you can find those good deals out there. With that being said, let's focus on driving. We are close to getting back to the snow line. Temperature's dropping, snow's flying. Let's do this. Everybody, what a mess that was. I was too focused on driving to film anymore, but the adventure has come to an end. I made it home. People are insane. They cannot drive in snow. That blows my mind. It blows my mind. Oh, man. I love it. Snow doesn't stress me out, but people do. Guys, I hope you all have enjoyed this adventure. Until the next one, strength and honor. Stay warm. Merry Christmas. Bye, guys.